shall see in a moment. They're certainly staying as they are. And I'm sure Kenny Hope out there is as nervous as the players and trying hard not to show it. And the team from the East is not lacking in support, as I've said. United have always had this question mark about their ability to summon up a support on important occasions. Well, they have not let them down today. And there at the far end, huge concourse. These are the buddies. St Mirren about to start the 102nd Scottish Cup final. And we'll obviously get that nervy opening. I'm sure Billy Thompson will be delighted to get a first feel of the ball like that, rubbing his hands into it. Nice little touch, Sturrock, Ferguson. Ian Ferguson. Two Ian Fergusons on the field today. Sorry if it might occasionally incur confusion. Go to United. The pitch out there has got to be very brisk indeed, not to say fierce. Good covering of grass, but it's quite hard. But quite frankly, after Gothenburg, anything would be good. That's McDowell, the man that Terry was talking about a second or two ago. A lot of hard tackling already in this game. Alpes. Well, the Dundee United supporters like this opening. A couple of minutes gone. There's a gentleman who's come in and fitted very well in this month, Davy Bowman. Goal kick. Referee very quickly on top of that, and there is Paul Sturrock. Sturrock, one of the best club players in Scotland over the past decade. Holt. Well, as Terry said, we would hope a pattern would emerge. It hasn't yet so far. Just had a slight suggestion that Dundee United might get the passes strung together. But it's a free kick to St Mirren. We have Abercrombie and Ian Ferguson together. I think number 8 there, Ian Ferguson, is going to be worth a great deal of money in the future, and that is tempting for Thompson, who was fouled. And an apology to the ex-St Mirren keeper, who was really put under pressure. And a good decision by the referee is Wilson. Challenge of great conviction there to John Holt. Really driving that ball forward. Well, Paul Sturrock engaging in a dialogue with the referee about that challenge. Not at all happy about it. Beyond Bannon. It's McGarvey. Hamilton, too obvious. Now Redford. Sturrock. Beautiful play by United. Bowman lying wide on the right as he normally does. Looking for a little bit of support. There was a dummy. You could see it coming. Just beyond Redford. Now the break. McGarvey. This is where he can be dangerous. This looks useful. McDowell. Ferguson inside. That's Mugabe there. There's a shot and it's smothered. And this man is always dangerous. He really is useful going forward like that, Terry.
Yes, it's a great break by Mirren, a great ball by McDowell on the far post. Tremendous ball across here. See, he just stumbles a bit, controls his right foot, done a good shot, well smothered at the near post. Great play.
Ooh. A little bit strong. And St Mirren really making a game of this. We'd all hoped it would turn out to be an open final. It's beginning to look like that. Needs a touch on. St Mirren now playing with great confidence. And it's to the side, and it's sliced there by Lambert. Hamilton. There he is again, Lambert going in. It's a good-looking ball. Now Mugabe looking for the chip. Oh, he should have laid it to the side, I think. They're queuing up inside him. This a bit of shot by Lambert, the deflection. Corner kick and spirited play by St Mirren, the underdogs. Young Paul Lambert leading the way, showing his more experienced colleagues how to get into this game. This is the first corner. Sticky period for United. Sturrock. Holt breaking, and that is a wasted pass. I say St Mirren are looking quite good at the moment, Terry.
Yes, the play is really stretching out now. Both sides are attacking well, and it's turning into be a very exciting game anyway.
Valpers. And Dundee United, I must say, are finding it difficult to get out of this rather raggedy period they're in. St Mirren looking the much more confident side. The fullbacks coming forward like Hamilton there. There's McDowell. Ooh, a bit unfortunate. McInally once again doing very useful work. Offside. I suppose if St Mirren scored an opening goal here, Terry, you would tend to favour them again, wouldn't you? I mean,
well, I think they're really knocking the ball about well. The midfield section's doing well, and of course Mugabe's having a great time up front. I think I've been impressed by McDowell so far. He's holding the ball up well, he's competing. He seems to be full of confidence. So I mean, if St Mirren were to score, then you know, there might be those fears in the Dundee United hearts about this hoodoo again.
Mugabe doing a lot of picking up in the deep. That was Clark in the way. Ferguson settling for that throw-in. Under 21 internationalist. Haven't seen much of him in this game so far, and that was Eamon Bannon. Now McInally. Put forward there by Neil Cooper, and it's Tommy Wilson who had slipped. As Neil Cooper. Paul Sturrock with him. Paul Sturrock's guardian in this match, and there he is again. Oh, that could be a fatal mistake. Bowman, has he the pace to pick it up? McInally has a run inside. There's Sturrock trying to go for that, and I wonder if Eamon Bannon was shouting anything from the back. Sturrock seemed to let that go. Bannon right off it. Hasn't really settled down yet, Eamon Bannon. I think Dundee United needs something out of their experienced players. Oh, just a bit too tight. Hearing much more from the St Mirren supporters, although to be fair to the Dundee United contingent, St Mirren are under that enclosure, and you really have an advantage in terms of support for your team. There they are. They've enjoying it so far. That's the scoreline, and we're midway through the first half. Bannon laid it off better that time. Redford, Sturrock, support by Holt. Look at them challenging for everything, St Mirren. And free kick. Eamon Bannon trotting back to that defensive position, and Wilson getting some instructions from the bench. Wilson with it. Ferguson almost getting there. Maurice Malpas right in the heart of defence. And again, Ferguson. There's handball again. Considerable bounce on the pitch, Terry.
Yes, that's right. Mr. Hope's having a word here with Ian Ferguson. Something I'm used to having a word with the referees anyway, but he's probably going to ask him what he was doing handling the ball there. But St Mirren seem to have pegged Dundee United back into their own half. They are competing for every ball, and the big men have been thrown forward now, so hopefully we might see a bit more action.
And the free kick. Billy Abercrombie with it. McDowell with the touch. Nowhere near goal, but nevertheless they found him. He had freedom, although he was at too difficult an angle to cause any problem. Bannon, better touch that time. Charge was on, and there is Thompson. Easy one for him. Oh, yes. Dundee United haven't been building it up well in the past 10 minutes or so. That's an upward run. Looking slightly disjointed as he tried to build up from the rear. Oh, side, and Bowman. Well, Bowman, in fact, isn't one of the quickest men in this side. He's a very reliable, strong player, but does lack acceleration, quick acceleration. That'll be a free kick, Terry.
Both the midfield sections starting to get their foot in here. I think Abercrombie and Redford are starting to go in hard for the tackle, and you can see that it's a very important time of the game now.
And we've about 13 minutes to have time. Bannon. McInally. Laying it off well. McInally's there. Just a bit too strong, and that is, I think, a free kick, yes. Very good move by Dundee United, but he was pushing as he went in, Redford. Neat little move, and Dundee United just every now and again have been producing the subtlety in play that might just break down the defence. Here it was again. Nice little run. He got a bit of freedom, and that floated tantalisingly near Redford, but he was pushing to get into it. Free kick. Lambert. Playing coolly for a 17-year-old in his first cup final. A touch of confidence again there from Hamilton. Here's Wilson. David Neary. Well, Lambert, McDowell is certainly putting the weight in when he tackles, no question about that. And too much that time. Free kick.
I think that this McDowell challenge there just typifies the St Mirren spirit. They seem to be really getting stuck in and battling hard for each other, and it's something that Dundee United will obviously have to overcome.
And reproduce it themselves, perhaps. John Holt. Nobody inside for Dundee United, that is. Neatly put back, and I think St Mirren are really growing in confidence, you know. Clark. Bannon. Hasn't had a free run in the match so far. Sturrock. Abercrombie. Frank McGarvey. Good run by McGarvey, and there's a lot of pushing and jostling, and the referee simply waves play on. I think maybe McGarvey was at fault initially there, but the referee just waved play on. But another intelligent run forward by Mugabe.
Hope Maurice Malpas isn't that quick next week.
Ferguson. Here's Malpas. There's Redford. Has to push it back. Close attention. Bannon was waiting for that ball on the far side. There's the 1-2. Bowman and St Mirren are tackling very effectively. Five minutes to half time, and there is Dave Bowman. And for Clark, and he gets a touch, and Bannon. And St Mirren had 8 men back in that penalty area. Here's McInally. Oh, outside of the foot, delightful pass. And all of it frantic again in midfield. And United cannot find an opening. Malpas. That's Hamilton to Mugabe. Just got that away again. And Paul Sturrock has had nothing out of these two central defenders, David Winnie and Neil Cooper. There's a touch on the side. And I think Dundee United might get the free kick out of this. David Bowman will take this, trying the short one. Sturrock. Nice little run. I think it had no deflection at all. It's a goal kick.
I think that's the one danger for St Mirren, is when Sturrock gets the ball to his feet around about the edge of the area, because he's so small and so quick. He's very, very elusive, and I think big defenders tend to like bring him down, and there's normally a penalty or free kick result. So if Dundee United can get the ball to their strengths, which is Sturrock around the edge of the box, I'm sure we'll see more action and probably more shots from them.
Challenge there by Clark. Chases on. Hamilton should have it covered. And he's doing very well. Under a little bit of pressure. Here's Cooper. McDowell. John Holt with the throw. McDowell coming much deeper now. Fetching, carrying, laying the ball off well when he gets it. Hamilton. Free kick. Harsh tackle there by Jim McInally.
This is a chance for St Mirren to send the big men forward in the penalty area. So we might see is a quick free kick there. I thought we'll see a long ball into the area for the big men to challenge.
Well, I think it would be certainly advised to try that. Ferguson can't quite get the touch, and here's McInally. A bit of bounce in that ball. He had to play that one coolly. He was really under pressure. Clark. Bowman. And you see Dundee United simply haven't been allowed to play it around as they can. They get their passing game going, they can be deadly. And they're closing, St Mirren are closing them down the way that United closed Gothenburg down in the UEFA Cup first leg game that they had there. back to McInally. Holt. Sturrock. Better challenge. There's a picture of a man who's giving his all for his club. Maybe just a hint of frustration in the way he was going for that ball. Eamon Bannon at the back. Well, that's a better looking ball, and Sturrock. There's a shot by Bowman. It was so near. And indeed, Paul Sturrock might have been claiming that there was a touch or a deflection or something. But the referee just shoos him away. And that was a fine piece of play by Dundee United. Neatly touched back there, and he took this well. They had to take it very early. And I just wondered, Terry, if the goalkeeper would have got that if it had been nearer him.
Well, I think the ball actually did get a deflection of somebody on the way through, so luckily for Paul Campbell, he never had a save to make. But I think the Dundee United players were fully justified in appealing for a corner, but nevertheless it was still a good move by United off their first corner, in fact.
Free kick to United, and we're practically on the half-time whistle. Bannon is there. Pushed away there by Winnie. Look at Frank McGarvey back defending in that right back position. Now Jim McInally. Plays it off well. Bowman. That's a shot again. And there's Ferguson, and Campbell Money in the space of a minute has been asked to make the kinds of saves that one would have expected he would have been doing frequently since his start. Hasn't had much action, but brought into it. Look at that save. And a repeat before Ferguson could reach it, and as we watch it, the half-time whistle has gone off the trot. Score at the moment, St Mirren nothing, Dundee United nothing. It has been very even. I would think probably St Mirren shaded it if you look at the middle of the first half, when he had a lot of possession, one or two chances, and played with a great deal of spirit. Paul Sturrock restarting the game. And the younger players in the St Mirren side, I think, have performed very well indeed. I'm sure the St Mirren supporters would like to see a bit more of the player of Ian Ferguson up front. But he was lying in the bank for that, but it's John Holt who clears, and there's another clash again between these two gentlemen, Terry.
Yes, I think they've started the second half as they finished the first, very much having a kick at each other, but it is a key area, and I'm sure that we'll see a few more skirmishes.
Taken there by Neil Cooper, all the way through. I'm not quite sure who's got the benefit. There is a bit of a breeze down there. I don't think it's all that much now. Not quite clear who's getting the benefit of it. Probably more of a swirl than anything else. It's different up there than it is down, as Hampden is notorious for. It can be blowing clockwise up there and anti-clockwise down in the pitch. Oof. And Abercrombie has survived two fairly fierce tackles. Yes. Nice sparkling start by St Mirren again. Excellent day for football now, all the same. Wayne has gone away. St Mirren launched the attack again. McDowell! But Maurice Malpas right in the middle, and I think that was a goal kick. Yes, it is. And Maurice Malpas standing right in the middle seemed to put him off. Good covering here by Malpas. Look at that. Well, that looked like a corner kick. In fact, it might have been a free kick he was pointing down to. Well, he put Hamilton slightly under pressure. McInally. There's Redford. Look at the way they're fighting for the ball. Dave Neri goes after it. This could be an interesting break. Look at the pace of Neri. And Billy Thompson does extremely well. That was almost like a left-footed Terry Butcher clearance.
But he stayed in play, not like mine.
Ferguson does get away this time. He's had very little attitude. Look at Redford. And here's Eamon Bannon, and there's Campbell Money, and that will be a corner kick. And at last, there's a break-up in this rather dual pattern we've had since the start of the second half. And Bannon had the opportunity. Good goalkeeping here, though. He forced Bannon wide. Nice little touch round, and there's McAnally, and he gets a touch in, and it's over the wrong side. Oh, from this angle, it looked as if it were in the back of the net. An intelligent run by McAnally, Terry.
Yes, it was a great run by McAnally, but also a great little flick by Clark, the centre-half. He seemed to be back to his centre-forward days.
Neatly flicked forward there, and in he went. That wasn't all that far away. Great effort. McGarvey. Well, McGarvey's been about the best player on the field. Oh, good run there. Hamilton doing well, and there's Billy Thompson. Well, I think that exemplifies the spirit that United have been playing against today, with a St Mirren team utterly dedicated to winning. Look at that. Any other player might have given up, he didn't. Sent that very inviting crossover, well dealt with by Thompson. John Clark. Up into the sun. Sturrock is there. Taken by McAnally. Now Holt, little bit of space again. Bannon. Going to get one of these runs of his going, getting to the goal line, getting it back. Holt. Gets a corner. Certainly had him and Bannon behind him. And that's what we certainly have not seen from Dundee United at all in this game, and that is getting Bannon to the goal line. But this is the corner, well beyond Clark. Now Bannon. Oh, he's driving in it more than drifting it. Too strong.
I think if Bannon had found the far post there were two Dundee United players over, so perhaps the long ball to the far post could have paid dividends.
There's McGarvey in after this, and Clark just getting the touch. And it looked as if he could just get round him there. Did very well, Terry.
Yes, Clark's having a great game as far as I'm concerned, a marvellous game.
Now, with 22 minutes gone of the second half, still no scoring. Corner kick. There's Ferguson. McDowell. Can't get the drive in, though. Oh, that's a beautiful ball out of defence. Ferguson. Now Redford. Great break by Redford. He is Sturrock wide. McAnally inside. Sturrock to the line. Oh, look at that ball. Great piece of play. That's much more typical. Here's Eamon Bannon, and that's a dreadful shot, really, in those circumstances. The ball might have taken an unfortunate bauble there. Holt, I think, just got his head to that. Here's Bannon. Frank McGarvey away back there when he gets the opportunity. Now, Sturrock. Bannon. Well, that's a far post one, and Campbell Money takes it well. Landing very awkwardly. They really do feel it at times, goalkeepers, Terry.
It was a marvellous save, a marvellous save.
Really extended, wasn't he? Really had to stretch right up. And that was the awkwardness of the fall. David Neary. Low offside, and Paul Sturrock is chasing. There's a ball inside, and McInally was coming up on it. Good interception again by Neil Cooper. His positional sense has been excellent this afternoon. I think we're going to be having St Mirren substitution shortly. Ian Cameron, that is, preferring to come on. Bowman round the outside. He left it a bit late. Throw to St Mirren on the far side, and here's a substitution. Matter of who's coming off. Is it... Well, McDowell's coming off. Think he may have run the course, Terry. He's only got 3/4 of a game in him. Is that the reasoning behind that?
I don't know, really. I mean, I'm a bit baffled as well as you are, Archie. I think the player was a bit disappointed when he came off. To be brought off in the cup final is not a nice thing, but he can take credit from the way that he's played. I think he's had a marvellous game. He's really put himself about, and he's really led the line well for St Mirren.
And we are getting perilously close to an extra time situation, but here is Ferguson. And there's a sub. Cruel ball to give a substitute, hardly warmed up. Here's Bowman. Sturrock. And Cooper steps in again. Well, Kevin Gallagher is coming on, and it looks to me as if Paul Sturrock is being taken off. I think the Dundee supporters are enjoying that substitution all that much, but on comes young Kevin Gallagher. Cameron has looked quite enterprising since he came on. Bowman. Now Ferguson. A bit of bounce again. He didn't like that. Not his kind of pitch. John Holt. Redford. Oh, fade away. Now Cameron. A good run by Abercrombie, and there's John Clark. Too strong. Nevertheless, St Mirren showing that they can come back strongly. Youngsters, come on, as I said, sitting his university examinations this morning. And I think he'll be given a pass mark anyway for what he has already done in this cup final. Hamilton, taken well by Neary. Making a meal of it there, United. Redford. Played very nicely around, keeping possession. Clark all on his own. Young Kevin Gallagher. Given a bit of time to turn round. A bit ambitious with that. The extra defender at the back sorted that one out.
I think both sets of players now realise that there's only a few minutes left, and one mistake or one piece of magic can actually win it for both sides.
I think they're probably budgeting now, Terry, for extra time. By our watch, we're 3 minutes away from that. Kevin Gallagher. Bowman. Nice little burst by Bowman. Look for a little bit of support, and Gallagher following up. John Holt slightly slow going for that. You could see Bowman looking up despairingly and saying, well, who's in the penalty area? No, too obvious. More of United, though. As we get nearer that 90th minute. Oh, just away. Now John Clark. It was always going out, and on will come Tony Fitzpatrick. Make it about a minute and a half of normal time remaining. Lambert, young Paul Lambert, is of 17 years of age. Done himself credit, and on comes a very experienced Tony Fitzpatrick. As I said, we were slightly surprised he wasn't on from the start. It must be something to do with match fitness. McInally being held back, yes, free kick. Right on the halfway line. John Clark to take this. In looking for Bannon. Not enough of a touch in that, though. Goal kick. Goal kick. Looking down at the watch. About 30 seconds remaining. I think there'll be a little injury time. And if it stays like this, we're into injury time. Ferguson. There's Fitzpatrick. Up comes Abercrombie. Oh, well read by Bowman. Exchanging a few words there with Brian Hamilton. And the referee, there hasn't been a single booking in this final. The referee just warning the two of them for that quite unnecessary niggle. We're now into injury time. Goal now for either would win this cup, and they both realise it. Fitzpatrick. Georges and Mirren. Quite prepared, these two teams, to go into extra time. And really, it's the last thing that United would want, extra time, Terry, with a European final coming up on Wednesday.
Yes, I think extra time probably suits St Mirren better. So, yeah, we have a corner now. Yes, a corner to St Mirren. Perhaps this could be the last chance for them to win the cup.
And their supporters realise it, lifting them up, shouting and roaring them on. And the big men are in there again. And how vital this is. Very much the outswinger. Ooh, that was passed there by Hamilton. Not so far away. Must say, from our position, the angle is difficult to appreciate, but there he was, stabbing out at it. I think it was always going away from goal, but he was in a good position. And there goes the final whistle. We move into extra time, and I'm quite sure that the Dundee United manager will come down and have a word with his players. I don't think there's any danger of that not happening. He has been in the stand and will make an appearance, while the others, the St Mirren team, of Alex Smith down there, and Jimmy Vaughan, and there is Jim McLean on for the instructions for, I'm quite convinced, is a punishing time for United, more than St Mirren, realising what lies in store for them next Wednesday evening. And by the way, if there is a draw after 30 minutes extra time, there are no penalty kicks, let me emphasise, and the replay will be on Saturday, the 30th of May, with a 3 o'clock kickoff. And some people were forecasting something in the region of 35,000. The Scottish Cup final still remains a very robust and a healthy fixture, with crowds like this for the so-called unfashionable sides. I get the impression as we start into extra time that the St Mirren supporters are taking more satisfaction out of this than those at the other end. They, after all, were the underdogs. They played with spirit, played against one of the best teams in Europe, and they still have a chance of winning the cup for the first time since 1959. Ferguson. Again, he's been slightly in a shell this afternoon. He has a lot of skill and flair, but hasn't shown all that much, Terry.
That's right. I think both Ferguson of St Mirren and Bannon of Dundee United are perhaps two players who have not quite performed as they would have today. But I'm sure that given the chance, they'll be able to turn it on. And well, here's Bannon on the ball now.
There's Bannon. Ian Ferguson. Bit too anxious. There's Jim McInally aiming for the shot. He really didn't get that cleanly enough. Look at the way he measured himself for this. Then didn't get a full swing at it. Now McGarvey, this is where he can be dangerous, going for that penalty box. Wanted a 1-2, didn't come off. Holt committed himself well. Abercrombie, who had that, just touched it forward there. Now, Fitzpatrick. Garvey. Still a lot of work being done by Tony Fitzpatrick, picking it up in the deep. And Paul Hegarty, I think, is beginning to warm up for United, with the possibility of coming on. We're 6 minutes into the first half of extra time. One neat little chip forward, and Ferguson's after it. Now that's a good ball to Bannon, giving him plenty of time to turn, control it. Sign of the tiredness and the aching in the legs, and the stockings are down there. Bannon to Bowman. Wants to go on a run and does very well with that. Now Bannon. McInally. Much too impetuous with a pass forward. Seeing a bit more of Dundee United. Very cool play indeed. That's always a difficult ball for a defender, Terry.
That's right, because one mistake or one bad connection, and I mean, Gallagher was almost in then, but the fullback did it very well.
Cameron. It's Frank McGarvey in the penalty box. Now Redford. A bit careless with that. some players out there, Terry, are just walking around, you know. They'll be quite content for a walking pace for most part of extra time.
That's right, it's been quite an energetic game, really. I mean, both sets of players have closed each other damn well and put a lot of work into it. But at the same time, it just takes one piece of magic or one slip, and I think all sets of players are fully aware of that.
There's David Nerry, gets forward. Rather harassed. That was pushed too quickly and offside in any case. Well, you really wouldn't bet on anybody now, would you? Very, very close. Anything could happen.
I don't bet anyway, actually. But if I did, I think I would bet the draw now and the replay.
That means you'll just have to cancel your holiday in Florida and come to the replay with us. I know you'll do that.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
Well, that's not a bad ball. Oh, Mugabe. Well, he did have a chance. I was looking down towards the linesman. Yes, right through the middle of that defence. Lashing out at it. It was a difficult ball, running away from him all the time. 4 minutes remaining of this first half of extra time. Neatly judged by McInally. Holt can't get away from cover, though. Oh, looked as if he was making for the corner kick, and Frank Mugabe, of all people, beating him to it. Here's Bannon. Wanted to go in one of his runs, which he's hardly done in this game. Ian Redford. Good play by the defence. And both defences have looked admirably well organised this afternoon. Now Tommy Wilson. Here's Fitzpatrick. Trying to draw Dave Nerry out. Just keeping our eye on a watch here. It's about 2.5 minutes of this first half remaining. Not a bad ball, and the bowman quite happy to concede that. Corner kick. United will have everybody back in that penalty area, bar Ferguson, who's just outside it, and Kevin Gallagher on the halfway line. And Billy Thompson fouled, but takes it well.
I don't know why they keep putting those high balls for Billy Thompson to come and catch. I think possibly a near post corner or a quicker ball in would give them more of a chance.
That kick out, and Tony Fitzpatrick going right over the ball. To McInally, Gallagher, Ferguson. Abercrombie did very well there. Now Ian Ferguson. Will he try the shot? He does! A look of anguish on the face, and you can hardly blame him. He did very well. Just been talking about how excellent the keeper is. Well, here he was going to put him really to the test in a different way. No high ball this. Worked himself a position, and Thompson was straining. Now Cameron. A good run by Cameron. And touched away there by Bannon. Bannon does that well. He got back. Certainly took it on the side of the head. But he had to be in that defensive position. Well, Tony Fitzpatrick wanted the short one. Everybody back in that penalty area for United, bar Ian Ferguson. Woof. Ferguson well off that. Really gave it everything, but the direction was woeful. And it looks like We've reached the end of the first part of extra time. And we have indeed. 15 minutes to go. The game still goalless. And Paul Hegarty is beginning to flex the muscles. Of course, Hegarty would be invaluable, Terry, in the corner kick situation, dead ball situation. That's a better ball. There's no offside. In Redford, there's Gallagher. Ferguson's done it. And he's offside. No. Ferguson is offside. The Dundee United players are complaining bitterly about that. But the referee has made up his mind. There's no point in arguing any further. It's offside. Now, here we go. Redford got the opportunity. He got a bit of room. It missed. And there was Ferguson with a man on the goal line. I think Gallagher was down on the goal line there. Here we have it again from another angle. That was a run forward. Across it went. Now watch Gallagher right on the goal line there. Campbell Money has had a very contented afternoon. Coped with everything thrown at him. Wilson. Holt was rushed into that. McGarvey. Holt. David Neary. Gallagher. Good play by the youngster. He has Ferguson here. On towards Gallagher. There's a brilliant run. Oh, that was a better piece of play. We needed that open play, Terry.
That's right. I thought it possibly was handball by Ferguson in the first place after the Gallagher pass, but nevertheless a great ball in the middle, and Campbell Money once again showed what a great reader of the game he is.
On it goes to Ferguson. Great run by Ferguson here. Can he put it away? Out. Ian Ferguson. One chance in the game. And St Mirren are in the lead. To that massive delight, the youngster who's had a very quiet and restrained game, getting this one opportunity, striding through, and with great calm, scoring the only goal of the game. And on comes, as we watch this again, Ferguson rattling that in. Brilliantly taken goal. And this huge St Mirren support rejoicing. McInally, that was too much by Holt. And Abercrombie won't get that. And Billy Thompson will be desperate to get this in play. Terry.
I can actually sympathise with the Dundee United players now, because whatever you seem to do, nothing seems to work now. I mean, there's only a few minutes left in the game, and that horrible realisation where you could in fact lose the cup begins to grow and grow. It's a horrible time, and your willingness now is to try and get the ball forward as quick as possible and hope something comes up.
David Neary trying to inspire his side, pushing forward. There's Holt, Bowman, Ferguson. David Neary's there, beautifully pushed out. Now Bannon. Bannon goes in and it's far too strong. Malpas. Kevin Gallagher just getting the touch and very coolly back by Abercrombie. And really, I think United have to throw everything forward now. By our watch, exactly 5 minutes remaining. And we hear the Mr. Superfoot award has been won by Neil Cooper of St Mirren. Here's Cameron. He'll try and put it under, brilliantly saved. Oh, a superb try. Really was a great piece of goalkeeping, but all credit to the youngster. Hemmed in, tried to curl it past Billy Thompson. And Frank McGarvey will be in no hurry. This is good goalkeeping, Terry.
It's marvellous save. I think there's some Mirren players with no hurry to take this corner, obviously.
Here's McGarvey. Wants to drag it round Billy Abercrombie. Ferguson right through the pair of them. And now United have to push people forward. Yes, Clark just off it. Bowman is there. And being pushed, yes, free kick. Free kick to United. Paul Hegarty is up, just mistiming that. Gets a goal kick. A despairing moment for this man, who's had every success in Scottish football, bar a Scottish Cup winners' medal. An anguishing time for this big Dundee United support, and we make it about 3.5 minutes remaining as St Mirren's goalkeeper will try and keep possession and get it down as far as he can. Bannon is limping badly for United. Time is running out. And the side which had the ball in the net controversially disallowed. Look as if this cup might be yet again slipping away from their grasp. All the singing is at one end. Ferguson again. Now, Ian Ferguson trying to find Clark. That's another goal kick. Well, I think they were annoyed about that, and St Mirren will take, if possible, an eternity to get this ball back into play.
In the cup.
Well, they are celebrating, but there is still a couple of minutes left, plus any stoppage time. There's the chase on again. Ferguson's after this. Throw to United. It must be agonising for both sets of players out there. United, the favourites, trailing 1-0. Seconds remaining. And there is Jim McInally. I think they might get the free kick out of this, in fact. Dave Derry pushing on, and it is a free kick. I wonder if this is United's last chance. They have everybody up bar Morris Malpass. That's the floated ball. Misjudgment there. Kevin Gallagher. And a weak finish by Gallagher. Simply wanted to give the ball away. Well, by our watch, we have 30 seconds. 30 seconds left. Hegarty. John Holt. Now, this has got to be a long one, a deep one, an effective one. Not really so. And Billy Thompson comes forward. Still not full time. There's Kevin Gallagher. And there it goes. St Mirren have won the cup. The 1987 Cup Final finishes in a triumph for the underdogs. And for the first time since 1959, a St Mirren player is swamped